Red Octorok is back and ready to commentate with me as well.
I'm back. I had hungry kitties that were clawing me for food, so I had to dip out for a second.
I don't feed my cats until right before I go to bed, which is I think a great strat for keeping them occupied and content while I'm sleeping. But yeah, they should be getting going fairly soon. Both of them are readied up in the race time room. Oh, let's see if I can get one of my cats to join me in the commentators booth. Say hi to the internets, Ruby.
Hey, Ruby.
Yeah, they're a good cat.
Too much pressure.
Yeah, they don't really meow on command. I think it's more dogs that you can get to train to do that. But anyway, it looks like we're going to be getting going very shortly with the second race. Oh, we have to do the synchronizing thing. All right. All right, and we're off.
I think we'll see any route divergences from what they did the first time around, or you think they're going to stick to their guns?
I don't know. If I think Captain Green is probably going to stick with his guns and do what works for him. With John, he may consider dropping a safety or so, realizing that Captain Green's route is faster, but I honestly don't know. It's really up to him. We'll have to wait to find out.
Let's see if they get that lucky drop.
Yeah, they did go into level 1 at the same time, but John takes a safety up an A to get his health back. Oh, Captain Green not getting lucky. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Not a huge setback, but definitely nice to get that drop.
Yeah, I believe the backup strat is to go 2 rooms north and pick up there's a static bomb drop in this room. But those blue gorillas are pretty beefy. They take 5 hits with the wood sword, so not
and
the
they deal some damage.
Yeah, those boomerangs. Oy. Interesting, Captain Green opting not to up an A there. I think it's usually faster to up an A as opposed to deal with those Stalfos, but either way, he makes his way. So John's going to have the early lead coming out of level 1. Now, it's also worth noting John did get better luck with rupees this time, so he may actually do the money-making game thing right now. No, he's going to choose to go over to level 2, it looks like. All right. Usually in PV attempts, a lot of the top runners like to do their money-making game right after level 1, because that way if they mess up and don't get lucky or mess up the manip, they can reset relatively easily as opposed to later in a run. But I guess if this is a no reset situation, there may be strategy in waiting till later in the run to do the money-making game.
Yeah, I think I've even seen a bomber or a player bomb the wall, go do some things just in case they needed to come back.
Yeah. All right, so there's Captain Green doing his money-making game, Manip. Let's see if he gets the Manip the first time. Show me 50 rupees. Right in the middle. There we go. Nice.
Ooh.
Well done. It's actually a really cool trick once you learn it, because it makes you look like, oh yeah, I can just magically know which one of these options it is. Look at me, I'm so great at this game, when there really is a trick behind it. But yeah. All right, good. John remembered to pick up his key in the shoot room this time. Good deal. Ooh, taking on the Manhandla. That is risky with the number of bombs he has, but... Ooh, especially
Okay, so-
sorting down. That's extra
Yeah.
risky. Ooh.
Oh,
Yes.
leaving. I don't know if that was a bop or if that was on purpose.
I don't know either, but I think John made the right play, not... Oh, careful, careful. Oh my gosh, down to the last keys hit.
They need
Careful,
some
John.
Dark Souls rules where you can't get hurt walking through walls.
Yeah, I don't think video games work like that in the 80s, but... yeah. I like John's strat of killing 4 of the Gibdos there, and then getting the 5th on the second pass through. The game
So
does
they don't come
remember
back,
the state of the room. Yeah, exactly. But you can kill most of them the first time, so it helps divide up the work. Okay. Okay, John may be building up a count on his side, I don't know. But yeah, honestly, the Manhandla key, if you get lucky with the Manhandla RNG, that's a relatively easy key to get in Second Quest. It just can go very south very quickly, as we saw with John. So I didn't personally like to use it when I was running Second Quest, but obviously these folks are making the calls in their runs, not me.
Alright, it's gonna have to be careful here. 1.5 hearts. Not terrible, but...
Yeah, he can only take 1 orb hit before gets into a 1-hit knockout situation. But come on, John, you can do it. Oh, gets a good horizontal fireball there. Nice.
Woo!
Yeah, the strat John used there, which I really like, is taking advantage of the fact that there can only be 1 fireball on the screen at the time. So if you see one of the heads launch a fireball that's from the left side of the screen all the way to the right, or vice versa, you know that's going to be on the screen for quite a while, and he has sort of a time when he knows a second fireball won't be able to come, to be able to get in some good shots on Gleeok. I think that's the strategy he was using there.
Alright, John doing his money making. Can do stabs.
Yep. I love that stab strat. It really does make it a lot more predictable. Okay, let's see if he gets a second one. Nice, got a double. Very good. Meanwhile, Captain Green is up against Gleeok. Ooh, down to his last hit, but...
And a fairy.
And with the clutch fairy, yeah. That definitely makes the refill go a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I think I heard you get like 3 free tiles before the time of getting the fairy doesn't help.
Yeah. Oh, John did not get the 4th in a row. Almost got the 4 money-making game things he needed, but let's see if he gets the setup this time. I think that looked good. Oh no, we missed it.
Ooh.
Oops.
See, Captain Green, meanwhile, going to go do his ladder grab and then bail on level 6 here.
Yeah. All right. So John filled up his wallet there. It took him one extra try, but all in all, for a no reset situation, not bad. Oh, it always makes me nervous seeing Captain Green in level 6 with the wizards. Just knowing how quickly those rooms can go south if you make one wrong move.
Can't tell if that was pause strats or just my screen pausing for a second, but good dodge either way.
Yep.
Ladder
All
and
right,
leaf.
John. Yeah, I was going to say, John's a little bit low on health, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a safety Up+A when he goes into level 6 to get back up to 3 hearts. Keep in mind that without the blue ring, any wizard damage is going to do at least 2 hearts, if not 4 for the red beams, so resetting or refilling his health is going to take him from 1-shot territory to at least needing 2 shots.
Yeah, and if you can do Up+A, it's like, why not?
Yep. Yeah, we've talked before that this is Up+A is allowed category, unlike the first quest rules for the tournament. Oh, those wizards just came out shooting.
They were like, didn't we just see you 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, it's been so long. Oh, interesting. I didn't notice this the first time. John is going back into levels. Oh, it's probably to get a key.
A key, I think.
That's right.
And then just boop.
Right.
Right
I
up.
forgot about that. Yep.
Ooh, nice banana dodges there for Captain Green.
Yeah, quite the firing squad.
Yeah, Link's only hitbox is
and a
his
lucky
body,
berry.
not his head.
Yep. I should probably also point out that what John's doing is the world raft, where you use with the ladder, go across one side of the overworld, and then come out near the little raft docks with the heart container on the other side. That's a familiar trick to anyone who's done first quest runs, but nice to see it in second quest as well. Interesting that John picked up a 10 rupee secret. I guess he's rupee situation might be a little bit low.
Yeah, not sure what he's gonna buy next.
Yeah, I presume he's gonna do the blue ring again, but I don't know for sure actually.
Do you need arrows for this dungeon coming up?
I don't think you need arrows until level 5, I want to say. But I don't remember for sure. Yeah, sorry, but it's been a little bit since I've done second quest, so I'm a little bit rusty, but I remember it to some degree. Smart move on Captain Green's side, respawning the screen to get the Lionel in a better location. That can be one heck of a sniper with the layout of that overworld screen with the lake and the narrow passage there.
All right, Captain Green on very good pace here. His splits only showing him 20 seconds off, so.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly how splits work, but I think 2 of those are golds, or they look like golds, so that might mean he's really on a relatively good pace or picking up time on his pace.
Those are plus golds, so.
Oh, I see. So he's still not ahead of his PB pace, but is picking up time relative to time he's already lost. I think that's what you mean?
Yeah, he's still on pretty good pace, but he's not going to get he's not on PB pace, but still to be only 27 seconds behind in a no reset of your personal best, that's incredible, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I can't tell what John's is. I don't know if he's devoted enough, so he hasn't like hit his clock in a bit.
Let me see. No, he just hasn't gotten the white sword yet, so he just doesn't have a split yet. But yeah, I know John uses one of the few speedrunners who uses a timer other than live split, which is why it looks a little bit different than other ones. Ooh, Captain Green doing some nice dancing around those dark nuts. Yeah, it's never fun to be dancing with dark nuts. Oh, John, that is why you respawn the room sometime with the Lionels there. Ouch.
I mean, blue ring, you know, you could take it.
Yeah, true. But yeah, and you can always up-A when going back into a level. That is a good point. All right, so we have actually both of the runners in the same level. Captain Green's still probably a good maybe 2-minute or so lead at this point. I'm not sure exactly how much, but
yeah, 1 full dungeon and about half of level 4. That's a decent lead. But only 5 hearts to John's now, what, like 16?
It's actually 7 times 2, which is 14.
Oh, 14 is 7?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
See, this is why you never want to do math when you're commentating.
Yeah.
It's just a recipe for trouble and embarrassment.
Well, now I'm doing it on my tiny phone, so.
All right, fair enough. All right, so Captain Green is in the back half for doing the raft gauntlet there. Whew. I've never really figured out how the physics of the dongos work, where you can put 2 bombs into them, yet somehow get a pack of 4 bombs out.
They eat a lot of bombs.
Yeah. Ooh, Captain Green in health trouble here. Down to his last heart, so be careful, Captain. Okay, I think he's going to be okay.
Cutest little evil enemies there.
Oh yeah, those pulse voice, the little bunnies. They just
I don't know if they're
all
supposed
over.
to be bunnies, but they're definitely adorable little bunnies.
Yeah. I've heard some people call them kitties with the whiskers, but
It's the ears, yeah.
Whatever, just don't feed them after dark. Alright, so we can get a little bit of a time comparison based on when they pick the Triforce up. We have about 1830 or so on Captain Green's side. Although I just realized it's not going to be the great comparison because Captain has already done 8, whereas John has not. So it's not quite a... Wait a minute, John. Why is John going back? Did he miss a key or something?
I'm not sure. Maybe he's just getting an extra one.
Or doing something with his count? Or bomb?
Static bomb.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
Two bombs, and there's a bomb pack there.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Alright, what goes on in level 5 here?
Captain Green's about to do the Spiral Blue Wizrobe room, so let's see how that goes. Ooh. He's probably going to get his bombs out for that. Yep, makes sense. Good bomb placement there. Oh, gets, I think, all 5 of them, if not at least 4.
That looked good.
Wow, great Spiral room for Captain Green. Little trouble with the clippity-clip magic. See, whenever folks do block clips on a game from the 80s, I kind of think about the Clippy from MS Word who comes up as like, it looks like you're trying to walk through this block. Would you like help with that? At least in my headcanon, that's what Clippy would help you with, doing tricks with... Alright, meanwhile, John is back in the Trolldongo room getting trolled by the Dodongos. There we go. Oh no, he did not get the bomb drop from that because of... John would be able to explain it better than I can, but basically when you stab a Dodongo after smoking it, it like knocks your count up to 10. But if you get hit between when that happens and when the drop actually happens, then it won't force the bomb somehow. I forget exactly what the thing is, but that's what happened there. Ooh, good thing John had the blue ring, because otherwise he would have been dead. Whew. Yeah.
Oh no. Captain Green took a red bubble, so he had to dip back in and get that blue bubble. I don't think we've explained the bubbles, so if anybody doesn't know what those are,
I tried to explain it during the first race, but
you did? Okay, good.
But if you want to explain it now, go for it.
Oh, no. If we've already talked about it.
Yep. Yeah, the TLDR is that if you get hit by a red bubble, it's a real pain in the neck to get unbubbled. And there's only a handful of ways to do it, and all of them involve something rare like potions or touching a Triforce or something.
Yeah, the most common is just touch the blue bubble, but they do not always put them in the same room. Like, that room was nice, and then the bubble was right there.
No, that would be too easy, of course.
You will see maybe later just one room of red bubbles really into the dungeon, and a lot of pause strats get used because the next blue bubble is like crazy far away.
Yep. Speaking of pause strats and red bubbles, John did get hit there. Yikes.
All right, and what, Captain Green has just 6, 7, and 9 left? Oh no, he's got 3. Never mind.
Yeah, 3 is a relatively quick one. But yeah, unfortunately, John got red bubbled at a very inopportune time, so he needed to do an extra, whatchamacallit, stairway and something to make that work. But anyway, we'll be progressing through level 8. Meanwhile, Captain Green did his root quarter magic, and we'll be going back to level 6 for the second time. To actually finish the level this time, as opposed to just get the ladder and dip out. Oh, interesting. So Captain Green chooses to get the key on his second way through level 6 as opposed to taking an extra detour like John did and then up-Aing out. Yeah, it's interesting seeing the different routes that runners use and comparing them.
Oh yeah, especially for second quest, there's so many different rooms you can do for keys.
Technically, there are like different ways you can do keys in first quest as well, but oh, looks like John did not get the smoke on the last Dodongo there, so he's going to be a little bit short on bombs going into 5. That actually is kind of significant because he wants to have as many bombs as he can get for that spiral blue wizard room. So we'll have to see how that affects him. Oh, meantime, Captain Green gets a nice one-cycle Goma kill there to finish up level 6. Captain was struggling a little bit getting the single-cycle Goma kills in his first race, so it's nice to see him having a little bit better luck with that this time.
Yeah, if they move, it's tough. You only get like a few frames to tap and then turn up and shoot.
Yep. Also worth noting, it looks like Captain Green is going directly to level 3 this time, as opposed to taking a detour for a potion. I don't think he needed to use potions earlier in the route. Okay, John is probably upping his count there, trying to force bombs off of these blue wizrobes. Doesn't look like... no. I see he got... didn't quite get his count high enough because he was able to get that 5 rupee indicating the 10th kill, but unfortunately he didn't want to risk his last 2 bombs to... Yeah, that's unfortunate for John. So he might be in a little bit of bomb trouble right now. I don't know exactly.
And Captain Green just leaving bombs there.
Yeah. But yeah, level 3 is kind of the bomb replenishing level of second quest, so that makes sense. John missing the 1 cycle for the key Goma, but able to get it in 2. That's just fine. Alright, so Captain, I think, is now going to be going to level 7. I always love that trick for getting into level 7 where you can candle and then block clip into the bush there. One of the few times you see block clipping on the overworld. Having a little bit of bubble trouble in level 7 there, but nothing a blue bubble touch can't fix. I like Captain's liberal use of block clip. Oh, don't get the second one though.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Only one heart today. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you've never seen this boss here before. That was Manhandla.
Oh yeah, never seen a Manhandla before.
They just throw him in level 7.
Because why
Pretty
not?
sure exclusively.
Alright, so here's one of the lagoons for Captain Green. Paired with a nice 3-headed Gleeok on John's side.
I do like the Gleeok fights. They just look so cool. Especially I imagine when this game came out. They're so fluid with their heads moving around.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. There's a lot about these games that were probably very, very magical back at the time, but compared to modern video games, they do leave a little bit to be desired.
All right, making his way to 6 now.
Yeah, but he's going to need to buy bombs.
Bomb.
Yeah, he was in bomb trouble. That makes sense. Oh, so this is going to be a longer walk to get to level 6 because he's not going to recorder. Ooh, Captain Green just barely getting that last force to get bombs. I don't know if you saw that, but basically he used his last bomb, and that was what he used to force to get the pack there. Oh, and a lucky fairy. Nice.
That's running away from him.
Yeah, so we shoot it with an arrow. That perfect video game logic there.
You can't see, there's a little string attached, so you shoot it and you just pull it back to you.
I like that head cannon for the arrow. My favorite Zelda 1 head cannon is, the Grumble Gorilla in First Quest level 7? I like to imagine that he's actually a vegetarian and gets upset when you bring meat, and it just in disgust leaves his room, and that's why you're able to pass through.
That checks out.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what the original game designers intended.
We've had a lot of discussions as to the origin of the meat, and I'm always not reassured that it's not Octorok.
Yeah, you don't want to ask where it came from, right? And that's why the Grumble Gorilla is a vegetarian. He found out what was in the meat. I think it's plausible, right? Okay, never mind. John having second thoughts about that 5 rupees. Does go back to take it. Either that or is manipulating the spawns for the bubbles or something. Anyway. Alright, so Captain Green is finished. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think it'd be tough to be a vegetarian in Hyrule, because the only food you have to eat is cave meat and literal hearts of your enemies on the ground, so.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Well, anyway, Captain Green is going to be going into level 9 right around the 33-minute mark. I think John is now going to be picking up his magical sword. Oh, and getting a couple heart containers on the way. Yep.
Now, I think Captain Green is like a minute ahead of his first race here.
Yeah, not in a great health situation, though. He's in one-shot range of the wizards now. May choose to take the potion. Yeah. I don't blame Captain. That's what it's there for.
John about to get his
a nice glom drop. Oh, nice little crotch shot there for Captain Green.
I had to kill a keys too. Yep. So it's not just for show, everyone. You can do it for.
That's right. Yep. Oh, watch out for the bubbles. Oh, Captain Green really doing good dodging to get around those red bubbles. You don't want to get hit there. Yeah, if you have the money to spam silver arrows, that definitely helps. And gets a nice fairy. Very good. I don't know if that was intentionally set up with his count or not, but either way it worked out.
I mean, maybe. He was down to 1 heart, or only down 1 heart, so... Yeah. I don't know if you go out of your way to do it. Maybe if you think you might take a hit, or just you're used to it.
Possibly, I'm not sure. Well, we can ask him that if we have an interview later. John's taking a little bit more of a combat approach to the diagonal room there. Let's see. Oh, and gets a great one-shot manhandle. Nice. Nicely done.
All right, already in the next room. That's just 2 Petrifights away, right?
Correct, and a little bit of lake dodging, of course.
Yeah, gotta.
John off to a fairly good start, getting good fairy drops in the lagoon over in level 7. Meanwhile, Captain Green is sorting down that Patra. And we have a comment in chat. No, this does not seem like swordless. Yeah, they're definitely making very good use of their swords there.
2 different swords, too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh, I think Captain Green wanted that heart for beams, but didn't quite grab it with his sword there.
Ooh, gets a nice little...
Oh, gotta dodge those orbs. That makes it. And for the last time, here's Ganon.
Link showing off his Triforce.
8 stabs. Got a good stun lock, and that's the last hit. Get your GGs out for Captain Green. Gonna have an official race time of 38 minutes and 3 seconds. Meanwhile, John's in a little bit of health trouble back in level 7. Getting some good heart drops, though. It has the blue ring, so we'll probably be okay.
Those fire balls were not being kind.
No, they were not.
That was the winning time was something in the 39s, right? I don't actually remember now.
It was 38 minutes and 55 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah, Captain Green did improve upon his time a little bit from game 1. And 38 minutes is definitely a respectable race time. Oh, I think John accidentally had his bombs out. Didn't mean to use one there when recording. Alright, gets the recorder glitch this time. And will be making his way to level 9. I wonder if we can get Captain Green in for an interview?
Hopefully.
But if not, that's okay too. And I forget, did John Up+A or walk out after getting the silvers the first time? Because that's sort of one of the route divergences you kind of see. But he made such quick work of the whiz robes in the Silver Arrows room, he might just decide to walk it to preserve his health. Yeah. And left a bomb for the wall. Oh, watch out for those bubbles.
Oh, I hear somebody, I think.
Hello.
Welcome, Captain Green.
Hey.
GG.
Yeah, GG's and congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, tell us how the race went for you. Or both races went for you.
Pretty clean. I mean, back-to-back second quest runs with only one death. I'll take that pretty much every time, because second quest is definitely a thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, we've been talking about that quite a bit. Yeah, and I noticed that in the first race you did run into some trouble early on and needed to detour for another potion. But other than that, nothing. It looked like you couldn't handle with the route.
Yeah. I learned second quest just for this tournament. I had never played it prior to that, and all I did was look at the top routes and copy it, even though I learned later that was maybe not the smartest idea in terms of safety. But I did at least route in the potion, potentially 2, as you've seen, and the safer keys in level 4 and 6 if needed.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just curious, whose route were you copying? Was it Lack Attacks or something? One of the other runners of Second Quest?
Yeah, it was Shixol / Lack Attack, who I think are tied.
Gotcha. Yep, that makes sense. And it looked like you were having pretty good luck with the money-making game gambling as well.
Yeah, that was thanks to Antlers, who made a video on how to do that I followed, and I think he's got it from Saver, so passing the knowledge down.
Yeah, a lot of those tricks someone finds out and then just passes it along. I think John was actually using the strat that I found where you use sword buffers in order to do the timing as opposed to with the audio cue, but it all goes for the same frame rule anyway, so it's just different ways of doing the same thing.
Yeah, Antlers was saying he was having really good success with it, and I gave it a try, and I hit it like 9 times out of 10 too. So that's what I stuck with.
Well, that's a pretty good success rate.
Yeah.
What were the other things about learning Second Quest just for this tournament that surprised you or maybe stood out as being different from First Quest that you found interesting?
There's a lot more dodging in Second Quest, because First Quest obviously has some tough combat rooms, but Second Quest, especially the first half, I actually find the first half tougher, because there's so much like dodging wizrobes, dodging nonsense. Triple Dodongo rooms are scary, of course, at times. Yeah, it's just.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not getting hit is important in both quests for sure, but especially in Second Quest, where you can just get blown up pretty quickly. Like, that's what happened to me in the first race in that level 6, where like I was pretty healthy, and then one room later I was dead.
Yeah, wizards will do that to you, that's for sure. And in some ways, when you don't want to take the time to kill them because you don't need to, then having to dodge them is a lot trickier. So, just want to interrupt and acknowledge John just finished up his race over on his side of the screen, and it looks like his official time was 44 minutes and 55 seconds. So, get your GGs out for johntabin.
So I know you're doing Swiss. Is there 1 or 2 more like rounds after this?
1 more round.
Oh.
I'll be facing Antlers next, which will be fun.
Hey guys, GG Captain Green.
Hey John, thank you, GG.
Yeah, welcome in, GG. Yeah, let's talk about your races. How'd they go for you in general?
Yeah, we can talk about all the stuff that went wrong, sure. So I had a hell of a time with bombs in the first race in a couple places, and also in the second race late, but I had to go buy bombs. The death in the first race was really tough. I've been doing blue ring for races, obviously for safety, and I've really enjoyed the route. I think that's the first time I've died in a race. The other thing I did in the first race, I whistled and I was like, wait, why don't I have enough heart containers? And I realized I'd taken the potion at the grave, so that's why I up-A'd in 9 in that race, because I had a potion that I hadn't even meant to get, so I had to run over to the desert real quick for a heart container before I went up to Death Mountain. But yeah, usually I've been doing just blue ring and no potions, so that's why I didn't get one the second time. I did consider a white sword blue ring round because I knew Captain Green wasn't going to get magical sword, but it was make it make sense because the blue ring's up in the northeast, and the big advantage to the white sword route is you go west to east through the North Hyrule dungeons, and by the time you've done 8 and 4, why do you even need the blue ring anymore? So I guess you could get it for 7, but it would be a lot. You'd have it a lot less if you went that way. So if you're world wrapping anyway, you might as well start collecting the heart containers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a fun time. Glad I could just finish out both runs, and relatively respectable time. And I am having a lot of fun with this route, so I may push it a little further before I do some PB attempts on something a little harder. But yeah, GG Captain Green, and good luck in the 2-0 against Antlers. Captain Green and I also have another race tomorrow in Swordless, right here on Zelda Speedruns tomorrow afternoon at what do we say? Early afternoon sometime.
1 p.m. Eastern. 1 p.m. Eastern for that.
So yeah, and yeah, I may or may not be as insistent about finishing out runs in that category, but we'll see. But I'm looking forward to that. Tonight we have a premier bracket race between Adirondack Rick and Y Colin at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Speed Gaming, and we have 3 different races here on one of the Zelda Speedrun channels. tomorrow in Swordless and 100% and any percent no obey, I think. So check those out. Thanks so much for jumping in on comms, Tetra. It's I actually I used your video as reference to practice the money making game. For some reason, it's much harder in a live race than in practice. Like right before the race, I was practicing it and hitting it every time, and of course, it took multiple tries in the races itself, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I knew you were using the stabbing strat. The one pointer that I would give you is to, when you're about to enter the cave, I just sort of like hold up and left and then sort of let Link just sort of auto go into the cave. And I couldn't tell. That's what you were doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't work then.
Well, I was probably sloppy in other ways. Who knows? And maybe I released the D-pad when I shouldn't have. Who knows? You'd have to, even if you go to the tape, you might not be able to tell. So
yeah, all good. All right. Well, any more last words before we wrap up the restream?
No, thanks Red Octorok and Tetra for doing the comms on this. Thanks Captain Green for a couple of great races. Thanks to Zelda Speedruns and Soulblade for the restream. And we will see you more this weekend.
All right,
see
great.
I just echo all that.
All right, GG's again, and we'll go ahead and sign off from Zelda Speedruns. Thanks for watching.
I'll throw it back to Soulblade. Thanks.
Yes. Thanks everyone for being here and showing up. The Zelda 1 tournament matches were already mentioned. On the other Zelda runs, we have a Windwalker tournament happening on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And we also have... Oh, it looks like it's more Windwalker mini blends tournaments. Alright. So besides Z1, we also have Wind Waker. Stay tuned for that. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you later. Have a good day.